Is underway at The Hague.
Leanne Manas spoke to Mo Ibrahim on the sidelines of the summit on a range of issues, including that of governance in Africa.
You have been on stage and your message was very, very strong to all of the youth and the delegates that were here, is the fact that ethical leadership is missing, particularly in Africa. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. I mean, there's no problem with Africa. Africa is a very rich continent. And our problem has been mismanagement, misrule, mismanagement of our material resources, mismanagement of our people. That is a core issue. Yeah. I mean, at independence time, most African countries had higher income per capita than Korea, than Singapore, yeah, than India, than China. So what happened? What happened? What have we done with our independence? We went backward. And why went backward? Because unfortunately, the continent had a really bad batch of, most of the countries in Africa had really bad leadership, which just stole whatever they could steal, suppress their people, democracy was not introduced in most countries, etc. You in South Africa, of course, you had your minority rule in Africa, you had apartheid, and things start to change much later. Yeah. And people now appreciate that really leadership and good governance. But what is good governance? Good governance is rule of law. We have really clear rule of law applies to everybody, about providing security and safety to people, about infrastructure, education, management of public finances, health. These are the issues which leaders should focus on. Yeah. Then we can move forward. Yeah. That's why I'm spending my life just going around working on this.
And yet African leaders tend to, and the reason I'm emphasizing African leaders is because as we're talking about the continent, bad leadership happens in other continents and countries as well, but we're focusing in on Africa. And yet the people of Africa seem to be the most abused. They seem to be the ones that are missing out. I know you're about to walk into a panel discussion, and there are a lot of delegates from Africa that are very upset with the way that their countries are being managed, and they haven't benefited. Things have gone backwards. Nothing's gone forward.
Yeah, you see, my dear, to be upset is not enough. What are you going to do about it? Yeah, we need to change things. Africa has abundance of young people. Majority of African people are young. I always say, look, youth is the largest part in Africa. You want power, you can take it tomorrow. Why don't you get engaged? And instead of complaining, we need young people to get engaged, to make sure we elect the right leaders. They come forward. And we need to end this kind of stagnation in some of our countries where we can find people 90 years old and still going for election. We can find somebody in Cameroon who's 37 years or 36 years in power and he wants to stand again. What is this? This is crap. This is nonsense. And we need people to stand up and really change things. Unless we change things, we cannot move forward.
Yeah. Two final questions to you. South Africa, the political situation and the road that South Africa is taking. In your opinion, are we doing the right thing?
I hope so. I mean, we have a major problem, frankly, and Africa has gone backward. South Africa have gone backward instead of going forward. We had great hopes as you came as a free country to join us in Africa at last. And he was a great leader, Mandela, and with all hopes, you need to move forward. And unfortunately, there have been some setbacks. There have been issues of corruption, there have been issues of nepotism, there have been a number of problems, high unemployment, the land issues never resolved, a lot of issues there. And there are problems within the ANC, and I appreciate President Ramaphosa has a big issue now, how to sort the ANC out. I mean, there is so much killing going on between members of the same party. And what's going on? Excuse me, is that a political party or what? So please sort it out, guys. And we look forward for you to, because we need you to help pull Southern Africa forward. So you cannot just lie back there and let your country, go backward. You have all reason to be a wonderful country. It's a wonderful country, a wonderful people. Sort it out, guys. What's the problem?
My final closing question, I know you have to run off, is on the 29th of October, you're going to be releasing, you have a very well-known incentive and award, and you love to celebrate leaders on the continent that show true leadership, and you're going to be announcing the findings of the Mo Ibrahim Foundation.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
Actually, we're going to be announcing it in South Africa.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, so why don't you go to our launch in South Africa?
We will do that.
Exactly, and interview our people there and see what South Africa is doing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, 29th of October, we're looking forward to it. Sir, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Very much
And best wishes for you and South African friends.
Thank you, sir.
Well, from The Hague, and it's all going to be happening in the Soweto Derby this weekend. Tickets for the first Soweto Derby of the season are already sold out. Yeah, Orlando Pirates will be hosting bitter rivals Kaizer Chiefs in an ABSA Premiership fixture scheduled for the